in Austria. Brilliant. Steffen, the floor is yours. Please turn on your camera and microphone, and then you go.
There you go.
Oh. There you are. All right.
Everything is fine now. I just had to first unmute and share the camera, and now share my screen. So this was the
it must be the right sequence.
Exactly. I think now it should be working.
Yep, you got it now.
So you can see me and you can see the presentation. Great. It's a real pleasure to be here. Thank you very much, Sven, for the introduction. As said, I want to reflect a bit on work we've been doing with respect to engaging citizens in observing the Earth, particularly looking at very high resolution Google Earth imagery, but also to give you a bit of a wider context on how this can fit into the SDGs, and in particularly in the monitoring framework of the SDGs. The magic slide you've already seen by Sven. As we know, we have a lot of SDGs with 269 different indicators we want to measure. So we have really a lot of indicators which we want to use to monitor progress towards the SDGs. And citizens can really play quite a major role in this process. And at the moment, statistical offices rely a lot on the data they have been traditionally collecting with traditional approaches, but Earth observation is playing an increasing role. And also in this paper, where we examined to what degree citizen science is already actually contributing to monitoring the SDGs, we found that citizen science is already contributing to 5 of those indicators, 250 indicators, 169 targets we have. What comes out there is that particularly in the field of biodiversity and species observations, citizens are already playing a major role in understanding where species are and where species are currently under threat and declining. And there's another big community which you know very well as part of the Digital Earth community, which is the OpenStreetMap community. And for one indicator, which looks at the rurality index, which looks at how far people are away from roads, OpenStreetMap is widely used for that indicator called 9.1.1, for example. Coming to the examples, of course, you need to create engagement and have an engagement strategy, and there can be different ways. We've been using quite a bit crowdsourcing, and you then kind of move up and intensify the engagement of the citizens. You get more to these co-design approaches, which Mel Woods is going to talk about more. There are many benefits of doing so, and of course the connection with society and the involvement with society of scientists is really becoming more and more important, also if we want to really reach the different goals we have, the SDGs, but also the Paris Agreement. You have many benefits, also the lower costs, and of course the potential change this can drive when you engage citizens. And it can be a lot of fun. And I just will go here very, very quickly. Maybe now I go to presenter mode so you can see it even better. This is some GEO-Wiki examples. This is a platform we have designed where we do different campaigns on different questions we want to answer. Just want to show you 2. One is on Cropland. Is Cropland existing in these boxes or not? And what's the field size of the crop field? We're currently also running another one, preparing in 1 week the launch on the drivers of deforestation. That's another thing which citizens can actually answer when they look at this very high resolution 50 centimeter type of imagery. For example, we have all these different tools, NDVI profiles, NDVI means, some guidelines we have, transparency buttons, some kind of GIS which we have put online essentially already quite a while ago called GEO-Wiki. This is some results where we collected many hundreds of thousands of reference points on the existence of crops. This was the field size campaign where we measured how big are the fields. This gives you a lot of information of where smallholder farmers are globally, and we found that there were actually much more smallholder farmers than initially thought and traditionally established. That was actually quite a major breakthrough. Here is the result, and if you look at this map, you can even still see the iron curtain between the east and west that time, where the east had much larger fields, the kolkhoznik system, just as one example of many applications. We also then moved this data collection, crowdsourcing activities on the ground. PhotoQuest Go you might have heard about. You can try it out. It's mimicking the Eurostat Lucas survey with a number of decision trees we have implemented. And another one, it's called PicturePie. There we are also currently running actually a campaign. So if you want to try it out, just Google PicturePie or go to our GEO-Wiki website. We are running currently a campaign on food supply using street view photography, street level photography. It can be street view or mapillary, for example, and you just recognize crops, is it present or not. Another one, this is done as part of the LandSense project. We are having an app designed called Natura Alert, where we work with BirdLife very closely. Here we run a campaign in Indonesia, also engaging local communities and indigenous people to monitor threats to biodiversity and in particular important bird areas. These are caretakers, BirdLife caretakers, which take care of these areas which are under protection but increasingly under threat. And we extended that also to Spain in this LandSense project. And I'm here already, I think it's exactly 7 minutes at the end. So thank you very much.